dashing through pages. Chronicles, Gospels, prophets, sages. Leviticus, laws to pause, find phrases. Turning them corners, your spiritual mazes. Genesis to Revelation, so divine. Flip them scripts, endless grace you'll find. Psalms singing sweet, unbroken lines. Hitting that rhythm, wordplay refined. Anybody in here blessed? Anybody in here blessed? Bible in 1 year, we don't rest. Anybody in here blessed? Wake up early, the dawn's light shimmers. Spiritual breakfast, soul food dinners. Isaiah's vision, Ezekiel's figures. Walk through the fire, no one limbers. Kings and judges, prophets profound. Plowing the word, no mythical ground. Verse after verse, wisdom's bound. Heavenly soundtrack, soul serving sound. Anybody in here blessed? Anybody in here blessed? Bible in 1 year, we don't rest. Anybody in here blessed? No shortcuts, all divine routes. Listen to the whispers, no room for doubt. Parables drop stronger than gold faucets. Souls hydrated from divine prophets. Study the book, change perspectives. Carefully crafted, not too subjective. A year to reflect, learning perfect. Patterns of grace that time can't deflect. Old Testament drops deep and so real. Kings and warriors, covenant seals. Split that Red Sea, divine reveal. Commandments written, not made of steel. Bethlehem birth to cross on the hill. Unfolding the never blessings, pastor with skill. Scripture flip, every verse fulfilled.
Through the word, every verse, every chapter, nothing unheard. Everybody in here blessed, I'm blessed. Everybody in here blessed, I'm blessed. Yo, online sermons, holy vibes delivered. Spreading light, got the sinners reconsidered. Psalm to psalm, man's like a holy DJ. Flipping through scripture, repping the Yahweh. Your emotes in the chat, praising the message. Flat cap on point, teaching eternal lessons. Everybody in here blessed, I'm blessed. Everybody in here blessed, I'm blessed. Digital pulpit, preaching like a pro. Followers grow as the faith overflow. Keyboard clicks, holy words they stick. Raining blessings down with a slick rhyme trick. Virtual congregation, united in devotion. 1 year strong, a spiritual promotion. He's a life coach with divine instructions. Streaming holiness, no room for interruption. Flat cap changed the game, new pastoral fame. Virtual shepherd, he's embracing the mainframe. In the comments, affirmatives and amens. With each Goliath tackled, faith extends. Everybody in here blessed, I'm blessed, I'm blessed. Everybody in here blessed, I'm blessed, I'm blessed. Yo, online sermons, holy vibes delivered. Spreading light, got the sinners reconsidered. Psalm to psalm, man's like a holy DJ. Flipping through scripture, repping the Yahweh. Your emotes in the chat, praising the message. Flat cap on point, teaching eternal lessons. Everybody in here blessed, I'm blessed, I'm blessed. Everybody in here blessed, I'm blessed, I'm blessed. Digital pulpit, preaching like a pro. Followers grow as the faith overflow. Keyboard clicks, holy words they stick. Raining blessings down with a slick rhyme trick. Virtual congregation, united in devotion. 1 year strong, a spiritual promotion. He's a life coach with divine instructions. Streaming holiness, no room for interruption. Flat cap changed the game, new pastoral fame. Virtual shepherd, he's embracing the mainframe. In the comments, affirmatives and amens. With each Goliath tackled, faith extends. Everybody in here blessed, I'm blessed, I'm blessed. 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 Digital pulpit, preaching like a pro. Followers grow as the faith.
Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. Artsy Bible Nerd. Good to see you, friend. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. I did not think I was gonna make it today. Had a issue with the stream as like it ended up being in studio mode, and I did not know how it happened. I just opened it up, and it must have been an inadvertent click to click a button at the bottom. And I'm looking all over the top, all the settings up there, under all of the different things, and I'm like, this is not going to work. It was going to require me to load a scene, and then hit transition button, and then have the scene go. I'm like, I can't have that. Can't have that. It won't work for me. I'm not going to have that much distraction while I'm doing things. Like I got Stream Deck. When I push the button, that's when we're going to the next scene. And not push the button and then go up to the screen, click a button again, and then we get there. That's just too many things. Like that. Maybe if you have someone else running it, you could do that. All right. Let me get get this up here. So thankfully, a couple of people jumping in, helping out. K-Man and Wordy Girl helping me get that figured out today. And you'd think that's not that big a deal. Oh, I was in panic mode. Like, I want to stream today. This is going to make it so that 1 hour stream is going to not happen because it's going to take me a half hour to figure this out. All right, now how do we spell Ecclesiastes? I can never spell this. All right, there we go. So, hope you're doing well today. We're going to spend a little bit of time digging into a couple of things before we even get into it, because I think it's interesting from one perspective. Kahal, to assemble, to summon. It is used to assemble or summoning various groups of people. So, Kahal, the son of David. Okay, so that's what's interesting on some level. So it is often translated, like, look at all the different variations here. Like, this is a long footnote here. So I want to spend the time on this footnote because a lot of people think that this is written by King Solomon. I do not know if it's supposed to be written by King Solomon or if it was written by King Solomon. It seems like it might not be to me. Also, let me go look over here. I want to show you this. So sometimes it's been translated as the preacher, Kohelet. Kohelet. Ah, I thought this was. See, I've heard people telling me that this was feminine. That the word Kohelet is feminine. Here they're telling me it's masculine. So my Hebrew's not good enough. That maybe they were... Okay, let's go look at the word Kohelet.
Strong's H, 6953. Koheleth. Koheleth.
Okay. Yes, the root word is feminine. So they're saying that this is masculine, but the root of the word is feminine. So I think they just assumed it was masculine in this older lexicon because of the next sentence, but it really doesn't follow that way. So Strong's, okay. Koheleth, feminine of active participle, a feminine assembler, lecturer, abstractly preacher, used of the... So this is feminine. Feminine. Why might it be feminine? Because wisdom is feminine, and Koheleth is going to be instructing from wisdom. So the idea that wisdom is feminine would make sense that the teacher, wisdom, would be feminine. Maybe you've not heard that before. I find that fascinating thing. Also, there is one line of thinking that is that as you get into the book, the different things that are described and talking about things, I don't know how big of a group thinks that it possibly could be Queen Esther, but there is a thought that this could be a writing by Queen Esther. Okay, so we do not know. I mean, traditionally, we just kind of said, it's all wisdom. Solomon was wise. It must be a collection. It must have been writing by King Solomon. There we go. We just move on. Let's see what else we have on there. So it is in Ezra used once. Otherwise, it is the self-appointed title, name by which Solomon designated in the book which bears this name. So that is usually masculine and without the article, with the article, once feminine. Okay. But here it says the son of David. So, okay. We'll get into it here. Let's see what more it says on the footnote here. The root means to assemble or to summon. So the person who is going to assemble the people together for giving instruction would be the motif of that. So therefore, we get the teacher, the preacher idea. The son, let me go here actually. The son, Ben David. RCN, thanks for real comfort for me. RCN, how are you doing, man? How are you doing? Are you doing better? Where are things at, man? We're just slow rolling into Ecclesiastes here. So if you got stuff to still dizzy, but not a blood vessel tear. Ooh. Just bad vertigo. Okay. Did I see that it was maybe a virus that caused that? Did you post that in Ukulele? Did I see that right? Oh, you know what? I don't have this started. Let me start the music. Malformed blood vessel. K-Man, hey, thanks, man. Appreciate that. I was looking all up on the top where it says file and edit and view and docs and settings, and I could not figure out what happened. I must have accidentally bumped studio mode with the mouse when it loaded, and it was just not going to work for me because I'm hitting Stream Deck and it's not changing scenes, and then I got to go up to it and hit transition, and I'm like, this is crazy. This won't work. Your stuff was, I never saw it down there. I thought it used to be at the top, but maybe I'm confusing that with Streamlabs OBS that I used to use. I might be confusing the two and didn't notice it was down there, but studio mode is not my friend. So, okay. So we're easing in here to Ecclesiastes. And I want to spend time because we make the assumption, or the church has made the assumption, that this is Solomon. The other thing is, because the teacher is saying, I've done all these things, I've studied all these things, I think it is the personification of wisdom, regardless of who wrote it. It's a personification of wisdom, and wisdom is feminine, and wisdom is going to teach you things. It doesn't mean that wisdom actually did these things. Wisdom can learn from watching other people, but telling the story as being wisdom and keeping with the rhythm and motif of the whole thing, there is the I did this, I tried this. Wisdom itself did it. Wisdom learned this. It doesn't mean that the person telling the story actually had to go and do all of these things. So some of these things are going to be trying to figure out how to live out. There's some people much wiser on this. I was listening to several podcasts recently talking about this. Actually, I think Artsy Bible, some of the recent Bema podcasts have covered Ecclesiastes. So if you're still here lurking, if you have anything to add, please jump in. So, All right, so I want to read through this long footnote here, see if there's anything valuable or additional to add. So the idea of kohelet is to assemble, or kohel, like call, everyone together. Everybody needs to come. And then the person who speaks to the assembly is what this really is. So it's the person addressing the assembly. Okay, so to Israel, the elders of Israel, all the princes of Israel, your tribes, your people. So all the congregation, the assembly, your assembly, the assembly, a lot of blah, 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 blah. Hiphilstem used to describe an action of a leader, usually a single individual who possesses command authority, summoning the people, Moses. In almost every case, he who assembles the people is the person invested with authority. He makes a public proclamation or leads the nation in an important action. The Niphal stem is most often used to describe the people assembling at the direction of the leader. The root kahal is a denominative derived from the noun kahal, assembly, contingent. The noun has various reference to the congregation, nation as a whole, wilderness assembly for ceremonies and instruction. The congregation of Israel assembled for divine worship. The post-exilic community assembled to hear the Torah instructions. People assembled for court. So this is like look at how long they're making the case here of the assembling together and the gathering together. You know what? I need to change that. I need to change my Streamlabs. I caught that ukuleles command said $10 this morning. Mine apparently says $10 as well. Okay, so I got to fix that. So 10 to 5. All right. The related noun, kahela, means assembly community. In the idiom, to hold an assembly, I called a great assembly to deal with them. The meaning of kohelet is somewhat puzzling. The verb kahal means to assemble and is derived from the noun kahal, assembly. So, thus, kohelet might mean convener of the assembly, leader, speaker, teacher, or preacher of the assembly, or a member of the assembly. I don't know that I'd go to the member of the assembly. That doesn't seem like it would fit if they're going to be the one addressing everybody. Elsewhere in the book, it is used as a collection with statements about the position as a king in Jerusalem. His proclamation about life and his teaching of wisdom and writing wise sayings. Thus, Kohelet probably means the leader of the assembly or speaker of the assembly. See all the following study notes. Rabbinic literature treats Kohelet as a transitional surname of Solomon, that is Koheleth related to the noun Kohal. For example, this explanation is found in rabbinic literature. Koheleth Rabbah 1:1. Why was his name called Koheleth? Because his words were proclaimed in public meeting, as it is written in 1 Kings 8:1. The LXX rendered Ecclesiastes member of the assembly, as was the custom of relating Greek ecclesia, assembly, to Hebrew. The book's English title, Ecclesiastes, is simply a transliteration of the Greek of the LXX. Hey, Lucis, welcome in. Symmachus, author of Proverbs, is not a translation of Koheleth, but refers to the author of many Proverbs. In terms of participle form, it is used substantively in designate the profession or title of the author. The term is used in 12:8 with the article. indicating that it is a professional title rather than a personal surname. Alice in the Palace. That's a lot of words to explain one thing. Well, Alice, one of the things is there is a lot of we don't know what this is, and so how do we arrive at understanding? And often I don't take all the time on such a long note, but part of the thing that I've been looking into in regards to Ecclesiastes of the teacher here, often it was translated the preacher, is that there is a way in which it is feminine throughout, and I think it's really wisdom being the teacher for all of us. Wisdom, and wisdom is feminine, but then there's also the thought that maybe this is actually a feminine author who might have wrote this, and not traditionally Solomon as what was supposed, but we don't know. We don't know. So anyway, Alice, how are you doing? Hope you're doing well. Tomorrow, welcome in. So that's why I'm taking a lot of time looking at this. But you're right, there is a lot there. But they're trying to lay out the whole case here. Okay. Substantival participles often designate the title or profession of an individual. Cohen, priest. Rosen, ruler. Shorter, officer. Sorry, chauteur. Okay, I'm not going to go through all of those. Yeah, I'm doing well. I got a meeting at 9, and then I got a meeting IRL at 10:30. Got some other stuff today, and then I've got a sales pitch tonight with some people, seeing if they will help sponsor me in being digital missionary. So excited about that. Because I'm not good at that part, pitching myself and saying you should fund me. Okay. In terms of its feminine ending with a male referent. Okay, so here's what I wanted to get to, part of it. It has a feminine ending. Koheleth. Therefore, it is feminine. So, to say Koheleth is the son of David doesn't necessarily mean biology here. So, okay. But it does say King of Jerusalem. We'll dive into that a little bit. Let's keep going on this. Suggests that the intensive Modath, close relative from Modah, kingship. The feminine ending is used similarly in Arabic, referring to a male referent. Example, a great narrator from narrator. Okay, I didn't follow that one. So Koheleth may mean the leader, teacher of the assembly, from the noun Kohel when used in reference to a male referent. Feminine forms denote a professional title or vocative office. So they're saying that maybe it's feminine because it's a title, so they're going to make it feminine as a title. Okay. Occasionally a professional name later became a personal name. A scribe becomes Sophareth. A gazelle catcher, Pokereth. A gazelle catcher. That's a profession, a gazelle catcher. Okay, so I see what they're making the case. Maybe it's a surname, and that's why it's feminine. Or maybe it's a professional title, the speaker, makes it feminine. Okay, that's fair. Okay, sorry, we went down a long rabbit trail there on this, but it fascinates me that it is feminine. And I think because it's wisdom literature and it's supposed to be wisdom as the one giving instruction, so I'm all good with that. All good with that. Okay. Let's see. The son of David, king, Melech. Yes. So nothing different there. Okay. The words of And this is where sometimes I wish you would just leave it. I wish you would just leave it. When we do not know well enough what the word means, just leave it at Koheleth. That gives whoever a chance to explain somewhat the debate, the meaning of the name, instead of just putting teacher, preacher, and we move on. The words of Koheleth, the son of David, king of Jerusalem. So this is an argument against it being feminine, against it being a feminine, because, well, I guess we could say there were two female queens, or queens, that ruled, one in the north, one in the south, that would have been sons. Well, no, the north wouldn't have been son David, but one in the south would have. I can't remember what it is. I'd have to go look it up. Or the possibility that's Queen Esther, or the possibility that's it is just wisdom itself. The person is writing on behalf of wisdom itself. Alice, isn't your mom the one who gives you wise instruction when you're a child normally? So it would make sense. Yeah. Yes. It is going to be. Okay. Feudal laments Koheleth. Okay, feudal. We're going to have lament here. Says. Okay. Normally, I told you we're not going to get far at all today. We're not going to get far today. Hebel. Amar, Koheleth. Hebel, Chol. Like this is just much more poetic and beautiful in Hebrew. Hebel, Amar, Koheleth. Hebel, Chol. I don't know. I think that sounds really cool. This is where I wish I'd have sticking out further with my Hebrew.
Strong's H, 1892. Hevel.
Okay. Vapor, breath. It is vapor or breath. So the breath that you have, the breath that you escape, vapor that's there. So how do we understand that? Since in Spanish they like to make a word male or feminine, wisdom is a female word. Yeah, in most languages, I believe that wisdom is feminine. I believe in most languages it is. So here they're translating it vanity. What do we have it here? Feudal. I don't think we get like breath. Absolutely futile. Futile of futilities. The phrase absolutely futile. Hevelim is a superlative genitive construct when a plural genitive follows a singular construct noun of the root form. It indicates that the most outstanding example of the person or the thing being described. Holy of holies, Kodesh, HaKodeshim, the most holy of places. Song of songs, the most excellent song. God of gods, Lord of lords, highest of highs. Okay, so this follows the example of that. So futility of futility, everything is futility. All. The motto, everything is futile, is the theme of the book. It occurs at the beginning, the end of the book, forming an envelope structure. Everything described in 1:2:12:8 is supporting proof of the thesis. The few exceptions are all of these. Well, few exceptions. Oh, exceptions to the theme. Yeah, everything described is characterized as hevel, futile, and repeated 5 times within 8 words. Repeated 5 times within 8 words. Wow. The noun hevel is the key word of Ecclesiastes. The root is used 2 ways in the Old Testament, literally and figuratively. The literal concrete sense is used referring to the wind. Man's transition, breath, vapor. That's what I was talking about. In this sense, it is often a synonym for breath or wind. The literal sense lent itself to the metaphorical sense. Breath, vapor, wind is non-physical. Evanescent? I don't know what that is. evanescent and lacks concrete substance. Thus, it cannot be unsubstantial. Profitless, fruitfulness, worthless, pointless, futile. Breath, vapor, wind is a transitory and fleeting, thus cannot, connotation, fleeting or transitory. And breath, vapor, wind cannot be seen. Thus, the idea of obscure, dark, identifying to understand. Enigma, the metaphorical sense is used when the following synonyms: empty, vanity, profitless, useless, worthless, profitless, is a parallel of the few days, the days which pass like shadows. It is used as a reference for young, vigor, and life, transitory and fleeting. Chasing after the wind, what profit? No profit. It is used as a reference for enigmas of life. Okay. Good, benefit, advantage, lends itself to the model. Futility, the model, this futility. Okay, like striving after the wind. Told you, long footnotes. Oh. Second, why read Ecclesiastes today? Schedule? Yeah. We just go look at the schedule. We finished Job, and so it's Wisdom Wednesday. I picked Ecclesiastes to start next. So we're in Luke, we go to Deuteronomy, we got Ecclesiastes. I don't know what we're doing tomorrow. And we got Amos. You know what? I did not mark. How far did we get in Amos? Oh, I'm going to have to go look. So, yeah, Wisdom Wednesday. So we're just getting started. We're doing a lot of footnotes here at the beginning because it's one of these books that we don't spend a lot of time in. And so I want to point out some things as we get started here to help us understand it. We might know a few phrases from it, but not a lot of Ecclesiastes. So anyway, great question. So yeah, it's more or less the schedule, and we'll work through the book from beginning to end on Wednesdays now. All right, we do have ads rolling in. I know we haven't gotten very far, but we'll do a stretch break and check out the fish.
Flat cap past the rocks is tweet.
Beautiful looking sunrise.
Fish pond calm and glassy clear. View it all right from here. Dapper man with Saxon head plays tunes by his quiet land. Acoustic guitar and the breeze serenades the fish with ease. Watch the fish, they swim along to the rhythm of his song. Flat Cat Pastor shows the way. Stream it live, come what may. With his cam, he shows it all.
Oops, sorry, I've got the little thing on the side there. Why is it showing? Oh, I'm in the wrong spot, that's why.
Life in pond so serene.
Thought I'd clicked off of that. That might have been what happened. I went to click on that, and maybe I clicked studio mode.
Watch the flow, hear the music, gentle glow. Flat caps charm.
Oh, Alice, that's my mom's house. So it's 8:30 a.m.
Watch the fish, they swim along.
So that's further north. That's north of the 45th parallel.
Flat Cat Pastor shows the way. Stream it live, come what may.
Yeah, about an hour later, it'd be starting to get light around 6, maybe 6:30.
Refuse Cammy shows it all. Little fish, both big and small. Life in pond so serene. Nature's beauty on a screen. See the ripples, watch the flow.
All right, we should be back. So, Alice, anyone else? The cam there is on Lake Superior, so it's north of the 45th. Across the lake there, and this is in Whitefish Bay, is Canada. So it is quite far north. I don't know what sunrise exactly is, so it's going to be after 6 a.m. So, and sunset is going to be late. So, it's the time of year where I can watch the sunrise and the sunset up there. So it's got long days of sun. I'd have to actually go look it up, but it's more of it's low in the sky kind of a thing. So it's been light for quite a while. It's at least been light since 6:30, maybe 6 o'clock, but it'll be light until 10 o'clock as well. So long days. Oh, I did say it. I don't know if you caught it. Yeah, it's 8:30 here for me. So, and the same there. That's almost directly 5 hours straight north of me. Okay, I just had something shared with me. Let's go back over here. That's what I want. And let me add here. Oops, I thought I was adding. I didn't. I clicked off of it. This might be a little hard to read, but we're going to do it anyway. Might need to edit it, but just waiting for it to go. Oh, come on. One more. So anyway, yes. 3rd year affiliate anniversary going to be coming up in a couple of weeks. Podcast tomorrow with Comfy Hobbit over on the Church Digital channel. And Big Unk just shared this. So, back to school prayer and corporate fast invitation. And that's going to start August 4, a 5-day fast. So, setting aside like food, entertainment, or media for a short time so you can focus more fully on God. It's about creating space and listening, prayer, and grow. When we fast, we're saying, God, you matter more than my comfort, habits, or distractions. Keep it simple, start small, and grow as you can. Stay hydrated, drink water often. Swap, don't just stop replacing the time you'd spend eating or scrolling with scripture. Swap worship or prayer. Stay in the Word. Journal your reflections, prayers. We're doing this together to create space for God to move in our homes, in our games, and all around us. So if you want to join Big Unk in that, it starts August 4 is the plan there. So a 5-day fast will be August 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So there we go. I thought I would share that with everybody. And if you'd like to participate, that would be pretty cool. Okay, Yeah, slow sunrise, USA and Canada felt surreal for the speed of the sunrise and sunset. Yeah. Alice is my first follower. Second. Alice is my first follower. So, yep. So, yeah, Alice isn't here often, but Alice has been a great friend for quite some time. Okay, and following me before I streamed. So, because Pastor Brock said that everyone should do that, and she listened. Okay, so I know we've spent a lot of time just setting this up, and I wanted to spend that time setting it up. So there is Koheleth, which is feminine. And there is a repetition of futile, laments a teacher. So it's something fleeting, something that's like breath, something that's like wind, something that's vapor that you can't hold on to, that's here and gone. Absolutely futile. Everything is futile. What benefit do people get from all their effort, which they expend on earth? One generation comes and a generation goes, but the earth remains the same through the ages. The sun rises, the sun sets. Ha! We're just talking about that. It hurries away to a place from which it rises again. The wind goes to the south and circles around to the north. Round and round the wind goes, and on its round it returns. All the streams flow into the sea, but the sea is not full. And to the place where the streams flow, there they will flow again. All this is monotony. All this monotony is tiresome. No one can bear to describe it. Well, you worked at home on the NHS phone line, and at the time, we weren't very busy at all. Yeah. Okay, what do we have here on monotony? All the things termed masculine plural noun devar is often used to describe words, but it could refer to actions and event. Here it means things, as it is clear from the context. What has been is what will be, and what has been done is what will be done. So it's a natural phenomenon, like it's just what is. There's nothing. It's tiresome. It's tiresome. The eye is never satisfied with seeing, nor the ear ever content with hearing. What exists now is what will be, and what has been done is what will be done. There is nothing truly new on earth. Yeah, under the sun. I actually like the phrase under the sun better. So, I don't know if you've ever felt this way. Like, life is just monotony. You get up and you go to work. I mean, if that's what you do. You get up and you do the same thing day in and day out. You get up and you go to school. You get up and you go to school. There's always homework, and there's always chores, and there's always like it's just the round and round and round and round. So, wisdom here is trying to describe the feeling of life that feels like, will anything ever change? It doesn't seem like it's going to change. It's the same thing, just a different day, just happening all over again. You can't get out of it. You can't escape. Is there anything which someone can say, look at this, it is new? Alternatively, even when there is something of which we might claim the terms Yehesh, maybe an interrogative clause without the interrogative participle. Okay, not going to go down that rabbit trail. Look at this. It is new. It was already done long ago before our time. I mean, think about the things that we do not know and understand, that we are like rediscover things, like the medicinal things that plants had. Like we're rediscovering, like we lost the knowledge of medicinal plants and what we could do because we turned to pharmaceuticals. And now we are relearning what medicinal plants can do. It's not new. It's old information that we're recapturing. Or even just thinking about how in the world did ancient people move such large stones? We can't even do it with the massive equipment that we have today. So there are things that are lost, and then you end up rediscovering them. There's not, so it's like oh yeah, somebody already did that. Someone already created that. Someone already thought of that. No matter what you think is new, it's probably not. It might just be a variation on something else. So, are you feeling low yet? Are you feeling like, drudgery? Well, I think I think we're supposed to. I think that's the point. It's trying to lay this out in a way that just sounds awful so that we feel the exhaustion of it as we enter into the text. No one remembers the former events, nor will anyone remember the events that are yet to happen. They will not be remembered by the future generations. So, no matter how big of a Twitch streamer you are, in 100 years, who's going to remember you or anything about you? Sure, if we have rulers, they get their name listed in the kings or the queens or the presidents or the prime ministers, but pretty soon there are so many people that there's only a few that are remembered, and then we're not actually really remembering them. We're remembering stories we tell about them, and we're probably far removed from who they really were. So, like George Washington chopping down the cherry tree, Abraham Lincoln walking miles and miles to return some pennies. Like, these are stories we tell. Did they actually happen? Probably not, or probably not in the way we tell them. So we don't actually remember them as people. We remember them as mythical figures. So we don't even remember who we're remembering. Africa and Reamstream? Africa. I'm getting confused there on the double A. Welcome in. Glad to have you here. African. There we go. African Dreamstream. I got it now. African Dreamstream. Welcome in. Glad to have you here. Okay. So far, nothing sounds good. Everything is bad. Yeah, I got it. I, the teacher, have been king over Israel in Jerusalem. Oh, so we're just giving location there. Yeah, it seems like remember horrible people more than good people. In some ways that's true. But it's almost like the number of people that you can hold on to and remember, and or they get passed on through time. For instance, just think about how many names of pharaohs do you know? How many emperors of Rome do you know? How many leaders of China, Mongolia can you remember? And then what about other people that did something else? You know, it's all going to fade away. Like, just take it for your personal status. Do you know your great-grandparents? Do you know anything that they did? I don't know them. I never met them. I don't know much of anything about them or any ancestors before that. So they're all forgotten, even in the family, where we might like to remember them and talk about them. So, oh, by the way, I see EDM listed there. We will be doing an EDM course here soon, starting in August. So if you are interested in equipping digital missionaries and helping or learning how to intentionally focus what you're doing in Twitch, if you're a Twitch streamer, or if you're a mod, and you're like, I'd like to intentionally think through the process of how I approach things and do things in what you're doing in ministry and being a missionary, check out the link there, thechurch.digital/EDM, and get signed up for the course. Will be several of them starting in August. So, sorry, just noticing that the headphones were pushing on the button on the top of the hat. Starting to dig into my head. Okay. I, the teacher, have been king over Israel in Jerusalem. I decided to carefully and thoroughly examine all that has been accomplished on earth. So, an intentional setting out to see and evaluate things. Tip of the cap, Zack Attack. Tip of the cap to you, friend. carefully and thoroughly examine all that's been accomplished. Excuse me. All that's been accomplished on earth. I concluded God has given people a burdensome task that keeps them occupied. This doesn't sound really exciting, does this? Doesn't sound good. Like, I've concluded. The answer is life is awful. Life is not good. So it's a different approach to, let me just explain to you how to live. This is taking an overall approach of looking at what is the totality of the purpose of us being here. I reflected on everything that is accomplished by man on earth, and I concluded everything he has accomplished is futile, like chasing the wind. What is bent cannot be straightened, and what is missing cannot be supplied. Oh, I missed one reason. Where was that at? Or did you just pass that on as you came over? I didn't see him in the chat. Ah, with the tip of the baseball cap. I'm watching. Awesome. Ah, you said a quick hello on the way back here. Okay, okay. Okay. This is a good example here. What is bent cannot be straightened. Now, it's not saying it can't, but take a plant. Take a plant. If you go bend a leaf on a plant, it's not going to get straight again. That bend is going to be stuck in that plant. It's going to be there. You take a wire and, well, I'll even show you. I happen to have some sitting right here. So, a twisty there. What is bent cannot be straightened. Okay? No matter how much I play around with that, I'm not going to get that straight. Sure, there are probably actual ways to reform it and do all of that stuff. That's not the point. The point is that it is going to be stuck after it has the bend in it. It's not going to be removed. So, and what is missing cannot be supplied. What is lacking? What is lacking cannot be numbered. I like that better. You can't count. You can't count, as opposed to being supplied would be an action of getting something. Thank you for the fruit. Strawberries. Awesome. Oh, I was trying to get my other one up and going, and I'm trying to remember what it's called. Mix It Up. I was trying to get Mix It Up going so I could work on that the other day, and Mix It Up won't even open on this computer, so I got to figure out what's wrong with Mix It Up. Second witness. Solomon having 700 wives and worshiping other gods because of his wives. Still crazy after everything God did for him and being with him. And God still forgives him, I guess. Yeah, it's one of those things. I don't know in the end. I don't know in the end how Solomon ended his life. Did he continue to follow after the other gods? Or did he reject them all and turn to God? I don't know. So, yeah, Solomon violates a lot of things that kings were not supposed to do. Multiplying wives and multiplying horses. He does all of that. So, for as much as there is the claim of him asking for wisdom and him being granted wisdom, it doesn't seem like on some level he actually went and lived it out. He followed worldly wisdom on some level. So, but I'm not convinced that Solomon is the one who wrote the book of Ecclesiastes. I do not I do not think it was. So, regardless, it's written from the idea that perhaps, but also you will see motifs of other characters that will show up. Okay, so something bent cannot be straightened. And the things that are missing cannot be counted. Like the number of stuff, you can't count the number of stuff missing. I like that better than supplied. What's missing can't be supplied. Sure, it can. I thought to myself, oh, I need to get rid of the titles. I can't. I do not like the titles, and it won't just keep them gone. Like here, headings are gone. No, I have to click yes. Show me the headings. Now I can click no. Take them away. I have thought to myself, I have become much wiser than any of my predecessors who ruled over Jerusalem. I have acquired much wisdom and knowledge. So I have decided to discern the benefit of wisdom and knowledge over foolish behavior and ideas. However, I concluded that even this endeavor is like trying to chase the wind. So, second witness. So I could write a book today, and the book I write today could be the things I learned growing up as President Obama's daughter. I could go write a book that would say the things I learned growing up in the White House being a daughter of the president. I could write that book today. It doesn't actually mean that I'm actually the daughter of the president. So this is wisdom literature. It was written to tell us from the perspective of Solomon, but I don't know that actually Solomon wrote it. That's what I'm saying. I think perhaps he didn't write it. I think it might be someone else. I don't think it matters who wrote it. It is accepted and understood to be wisdom from God, and it is valuable for instruction and for learning and for dialogue. So I'm not a person that has to argue and say if Moses didn't write all of the first 5 books of the Torah, then we have to throw them all out and we can't read them. It'd have been kind of weird for Moses to write the part about him being dead and buried. I mean, he could have done it, and then they could have, not actually did it. It'd be in there, but that's what I'm getting at. Is, yes, it's written to tell us from the perspective of Solomon, but it doesn't mean Solomon had to actually be the one who wrote it. For with great wisdom comes great frustration. Whoever increases his knowledge merely increases his heartache. No, it's not being deceptive to say that. I would be being deceptive to do that. That would not be an ancient understanding of doing that. We have lots of books and ancient things that tell it from the perspective of a person that you would do. So no, and it doesn't say my name is Solomon. He never claims to be Solomon. He just writes and says, I was a son of David and I was wise. So we jump to the conclusion that it is Solomon. So I don't think it's being deceptive in any way. That's like somebody writing a biography of someone and putting quotes of the person in there isn't deceiving us by putting quotes of the person. Yeah, scribes in ancient times would be ghostwriters today. Yeah, I don't even think it has to be a king that wrote it. It's just writing wisdom down for us to know. Yeah, whoever wrote it, I don't think they have to have been a king. They're giving the instructions that Solomon would give. That's all it needs to say. So, all right, we've got I gotta bolt. I got a meeting in 3 minutes, so we need to raid out. So let's find someone to raid, and let me give you a blessing. So we made it through chapter 1. We made it through chapter 1. Let me write that down before I forget. May God seeking comfort find you. May his loving arms bind you. May his might protect you. May his wisdom direct you. May the joyous love of Jesus Christ be with you and all those you know, both now, forevermore. Amen. Thank you, everyone, for being here, hanging out with me. We got a slow roll this morning. I spent a lot of time talking about everything that, I was late because of trying to figure out some stuff on stream, and then we spent a lot of time talking about introing to the book here and some keywords and concepts. So there we go. All right. Thank you. We will see you tomorrow.
Flat cap on his head, he's streaming live. Reading from the book, the word's so alive. A prayer in his heart that lifts the soul. In the digital world where spirits roll. Hallelujah, from the screen we scream. Join the pastor in the holy dream, spreading love with every verse he reads, planting hope like precious seeds. He's a shepherd with a virtual flock.